Sean Leach here, and thanks very much for opening this email, and thank you most of all for still being part of my community. Some of you may be sick of me by now, and you know that I like to do a lot of posting, I like to do a lot of emails, I like to interact a lot, and thank you very much for putting up with that. I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes just letting you know who I am. Some of you on here might not even know who I actually am. I'm just some guy who's trying to give you free this, free that, competitions here, there and everywhere. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes just letting you know who I am and what I'm all about. So if you don't know me by now, you know that I'm a personal trainer, I'm a nutritional advisor, I'm an expert in both of them fields. I've always had a huge passion for health and fitness. Throughout my school days, I've always trained really hard. I've always wanted to inspire and help other people train really hard too. I used to work part-time at Morrison's when I was in school, and I used to bunk off and read muscle magazines. I used to steal them, I used to buy them. All I ever wanted to do was just train and help other people train. But once I progressed through college and I was doing a sports science degree and then a foundation degree, as I got older, I started to get more and more attracted to the social life. And that became more drinking and partying and other things. So I'll leave the rest to your imagination. But basically, I lost my way a little bit. My passion got put to one side. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I mean, how many of you are listening to this right now who are doing a job which you don't particularly like? You're dreading Mondays, you're wishing the days away. Maybe you've looked back at your time and think, well, what's my passion? Am I really living my passion? And that's how I felt for a long time. I was working as a call center sales advisor. I was earning good money. Just probably only 3-4 years ago. I was there for almost 3 years. I was earning good money. I was earning really good money, but I was sucked into that. I was just working. I felt as though I had a really robotic life, working for a company, getting good money, but like I say, I had no real passion. I just felt as though I need, I've done school, I've done college, whatever. Now I need to go and get a job and get money, and that's the path of life which we sort of get sucked into. And a lot of people go by without really experiencing the true passion, experiencing the true dreams. So that went on for years for me. I was sucked into a job, doing excessive partying, working for money to fund the partying, and I really lost the passion which I have around training and wanting to help people. There was just one day, one day it just hit me. I didn't want to grow up and not fulfilling my passion. I didn't want to grow up, and I didn't want my kids. I don't want to grow up. I didn't enjoy telling people what I'd done for a living, and I didn't want to grow up and have kids. And I didn't want to pass down my life as being a call center sales guy to my kids, and I didn't enjoy expressing that to anyone else either. It's not something I was interested in at all. I had no care about it, whatever. And I don't know exactly what driven me to get out of that job, but it was a combination of a few things. I think my lack of interest really shown, and because of that, I was more or less nearly forced out of the job. And I look back at that moment and I'm so thankful that happened to me, because many people will go throughout their whole life and they'll just put in work and they'll just push through all the hatred they have around their boss, their work. They'll have no real courage to step up and just say, well, no, I don't want to do this. I want to move. I want to go. And I always had that deep inside me, that drive that I wanted to do something else. I didn't want to be in a sales job for the rest of my life. So it just hit me one day. It was a combination of a lot of things, but I knew that at this point I was at a crossroads. I could either continue doing what I'm doing now and be unhappy for a long period of time, or I can make a change. So I made a plan. I made a big plan. I knew that I wanted to do more. That was my drive. I wanted to become a personal trainer. That's what I've always wanted to do. I've wanted to help people my whole entire life become a better version of themselves in health and fitness. That's what I've always wanted to do. But at the same time, you've got to get money, you've got to pay bills, you've got to get pissed. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know how to balance the two. What was I going to do in order to, be able to pay the bills, but also follow my passion? And I think that's, a lot of people think about that, but they don't actually formulate an actual plan to execute it. And that's what I did. I did formulate a plan. And it's pretty straightforward, really. I just saved up enough money to be essentially to pay me bills and to live without having to work. You know, I'd done that for nearly 6 months. You know, I still haven't told my parents that. My parents thought that I was, you know, still working, but I was actually employed for nearly 6 months. Because I couldn't stand living. I just decided to hand in my notice and just take a leap of faith. You know, I knew that I had to try something there and then. You know, I'm 30 now. At the time, I was about 27. You know, and nearer and nearer to the time of me leaving, you know, become clearer and clearer that, you know, I don't want to be in my 30s sitting behind a desk taking sales calls. It was good money, and no offense to people who do that, but that's not me. That is not the kind of person I am. So I basically saved up enough money to live for 6 months, and during that 6 months, I'd done everything that I could possibly do to become a personal trainer. I finished my study course. I learned. I was reading books every day. You know, I learned everything I needed to learn. I already had the foundation knowledge, but I just needed to get the qualifications in order for me to become a self-employed personal trainer. And I've done that for 6 months. You know, I'm hugely proud of doing that. So I became a personal trainer in a local gym. And you know, everything was going great. It was really good. You know, I was picking up a few clients. You know, I was enjoying myself. It was good. But then eventually, you know, it became apparent to me that, you know, my lack of experience in the industry and basically looking after a business on my own, it really started to show. After a while, you know, things became challenging. I thought I was sold by the manager, you know, how much of a breeze personal training is, and that's me not knowing any otherwise. I just wanted to teach people. I didn't really think about the business side of things and how I was actually going to teach the people that I wanted to teach. You know, I fell on my feet a little bit, but, you know, it became a time where I was really starting to struggle with the business side of things and being able to fund, you know, paying the rent and paying my bills. So that went on for a good period of time, and, you know, just as much as I love training people and I love being a personal trainer, and it's what I've always wanted to do, eventually, you know, the business side of things, it was starting to take its toll. I was starting to stress about money. How do I continue to pay the rent? How do I pay the bills? Sometimes there was some really struggling times where I thought to myself, you know, I'm just going to pack it in. I'm just going to go back to being employed again. But, you know, I've had huge amount of support around me from my partner and from other people, and, you know, I've came across a couple of mentors who have really shown me exactly how to keep going, how to keep driving, you know, and look for your positive, and just keep remembering that you've got to follow your dreams no matter what. You can't give up. You have to just keep going no matter what it is. In fact, going back to the moment where I'd actually left my job, you know, I was, you know, stuck in that rut where you feel as though you can't leave because mortgages and bills and all that kind of rubbish. And you know, you do, because you're so pressured with, like, outside forces like bills and money specifically, and all these things which trap you into needing a job. You know, you feel as though you can't escape, and you just have to put up with it. But I came across one particular person, Paul Chek. He's a holistic health practitioner in the US. I always listen to his YouTube videos, and I was on the way to work just like every other normal day, and I was listening to his videos like I do all the time. And, you know, he was talking about his teachings and the courses he does for his students, and, you know, he was expressing that, you know, a lot of the problems that his clients have are stress due to work, money, life, and all these things that we feel as though we have to put up with. And he had a very simple remedy, which, you know, you're probably going to think the same that I initially thought, and probably everyone will always think that, you know, that his thought was simple. You know, if you don't like your job, well, don't do it. You know, it doesn't mean you have to get up and leave, but, you know, you can think of a plan just like I did. You know, if you don't enjoy what you do, and you have to formulate a plan to do something you do enjoy doing it. I can't see any, looking back now and I think about it, I can't understand how I ever used to think that, you know, you just have to put up with stuff in life and get by. You know, and he really drilled it home for me that, you know, if I was going to have any chance of doing anything, then you need to make a plan. So I made that plan and I left, and the rest is history. And here I am now talking to you, well, talking to a phone in my room, and hoping that someone listens to it. But you know, it's really driven me to be a much bigger person than what I am today. So yeah, anyway, so I was driving through the personal training, going through the struggles, and I came across a couple of great people who really showed me some different strategies to cope with the business side of things, along with my partner, who really helped me out as well, you know. And I was really struggling with a lot of different things, but now I came out the other end a much, much bigger person. Now I've came across, an 8-week transformation program where I've managed to help a group of people all at once. I've always wanted to help as many people as I can, and now I'm able to do that in a group setting where I'm able to transform lives. Something which I never even thought of when I first became personal trainer. I just wanted to grab a person and help them, but no, now I can get everyone in a group, and it's really powerful. And the stories that people are experiencing, the results that they're getting is so rewarding for me, and I love it. I really do. So I think I've borne you enough already, which is good. So I just wanted to end it there, basically. I just want to share a little bit about my backstory and how I became a personal trainer in the first place. And I just want to leave you with a couple of resources. At the bottom of this email, at the bottom of this video, I have a free webinar, which was supposed to be last Wednesday night. But I've now rescheduled it Sunday night. So the time, if you haven't jumped on board, to get on board, completely free. I mean, there's nothing to lose. All you need to do is just be available at 8 p.m. on Sunday night. You'll need to download the Zoom app or the website, but it'll tell you what to do in the email. You just click on it, bam, bam, bang, and just sit there and listen to me blabber on just like you're doing now. If you can put up with that again, so it's all good. How to lose 10 plus kilograms in 8 weeks. Do you want to lose 10 plus kilograms in 8 weeks? If you don't, no worries. You'll still pick up some great tips. It's all some really, really good content. I'm going to break 3 secrets, 3 false beliefs that people have around losing weight. The main one, time. People always say, I don't have time. I'm going to show you exactly how you get time. It's very, very easy. People say that, that I don't have the confidence. Well, I'm going to install that confidence into your brain. If you listen to my story just there, I've been through times and periods where I've felt like I haven't had the confidence to drive through, but you get through. You just got to push yourself. And I've forgotten the third one, but never mind. You'll get on there. Just join on how to lose 10 plus kilograms in 8 weeks. Also, join my free prize draw. You can win 8 weeks free online body transformation. The reason why I'm doing it online is because, well, for many reasons, but the main one, I know that a lot of people can't get to this place, can't get to that place, don't have the time to get to this place. So I thought, well, what the hell, I'm just going to give you everything you need, and you can do it in your own time. And you can win all this, so it's not going to cost you a penny. This is worth £500. All you need to do is enter your details to register. Also get a friend to enter their details and register as well, and you could win 8 weeks free coaching. Every single week I will deliver everything that you need to do for each week. Everything that you need to do week by week, you'll have it on a plate, spoon fed to you, and you can do it in your own time. You don't need to go to any gym, you don't need to come and see me. You've got the stuff you need to do, you do it. Very, very easy. It's just like following a cake recipe. It's all down in front of you there. You just follow it step by step, boom, you get the cake. You follow these processes step by step, boom, you'll transfer your body. Simple as that. Also, if you're in Newcastle, or if you're near the Benton area, or if you want to try something new, I have a free 7-day guest pass to my bootcamp. You can get a free week's training for that. Just click on the link below. 7 days free bootcamp. I know a lot of you joined my prize draw to win the bootcamp, so you've obviously got an interest in bootcamp. Why not come and meet me in person? Come and have a week's training for free. It's a great bunch of people that come to this class. You've obviously got an interest in training, in boot camps, in health, in fitness, or you wouldn't still be on my list, or you wouldn't have joined my prize draws in the past. So come down and meet me for free. Why the hell not? Okay, so I'm sure that you're probably fast asleep by now, or closed off this window almost. I don't blame you, but thanks very much for sticking in if you did listen to the end. This is actually my first video that I've really done this long, and I'm glad it's nearly over. Thanks very much for your time, and I hope to see you guys on the webinar. I hope to see you guys entering the competition. I hope to see you guys in the boot camp. And if I do end up training that lucky person, if that lucky person is you, then I can't wait to transform your body. Because if you've seen the results from the transformation guys that I've been doing in the past couple of months, you will know that what I'm applying will work. You've just got to put in the work and apply the strategies that I give you. Simple as that. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.